jump right in today, getting started off with our compulsory event. We're going to have 4 heats here with a compulsory acro, compulsory pyramid, compulsory toss, and compulsory tumbling. Up first will be West Liberty. This meet is going to consist of 6 events. We're going to have compulsory, then acro, pyramid, then we'll have a quick halftime, 15 minutes, and then we will jump right into toss, tumbling, and team. The last time we saw the Falcons in action was back here 2 weeks ago against Glenville. They came out on top with a win, so both of these teams are coming off wins. So I'm excited to see what we have in store today. Compulsory acro is one of the most important events of the meet. It's what you start off with, what sets the mood for the rest of the meet. So both of these teams looking to do a nice job on this piece here. And up first we have the West Liberty Hilltoppers. For the toppers to start out this meet. That was the compulsory acro event where we saw a toss to hands tuck off into a straddle pop over inversion, which is going to be a handstand held at the shoulders, straight into a switch up arabesque full down. Compulsory event, we're going to see the same thing performed by each team. Go back and forth, get a nice direct comparison. The star value of the compulsory event is out of 10 for each event, or for each heat. These are the basic skills of acrobatics and tumbling. This is what teams build on for the rest of the season. They start here early in the fall. They start working on these skills, and then they kind of build on top of that to get what you see here after compulsories. And here come the Fairmont State Falcons with their compulsory acro heat. What a good way for the Falcons to start off this meet in their compulsory acro event. One thing you'll notice about both of these teams is they are very clean. They both come from the same coaches. They grew up, both coaches actually, Coach Danielle on the Fairmont State side and Coach Kelsey for the West Liberty Hilltoppers. Both grew up here in Fairmont through this sport under the direction of Coach Christy Kiefer. I also had the pleasure of working under Coach Christy. Coach Danielle was my coach and Kelsey was my roommate in college. So a lot of connections here today as we watch the Hilltoppers and the Falcons go head to head. All right, and here we go into the compulsory pyramid heat with the West Liberty Hilltoppers. Really good synchronization there for West Lib. That's a big thing here in the compulsory events. You want to make sure that you are completely synced with that second group beside you. Not only does your group have to be clean and tight and pristine, but so does the other group, and they have to look just like you. Actually just changed this event not too long ago. I think it was 3 years ago. They just changed the compulsory pyramid event, changed the pyramid type just to keep moving and keep evolving. The NCATA knows that this sport is growing and changing every single day. So we have to change a few things to stay on top of what these athletes need and make sure that we're giving them the right building blocks. And here comes Fairmont State with their compulsory pyramid. Great job there by the Falcons. Something you'll notice in just about every single event you see here today, every single heat, there is someone counting 1 to 8. That is what we use, what the athletes are using to stay together and to keep that synchronization. There's a hand placement, a foot placement, bend or shrug or arms up on every single count that you hear. So that counter is very important there in the back. Might not seem like it at first, but they are the one that's keeping everyone on time. We're going to go into our compulsory toss event. This is a back tuck salto toss. 2 groups will come out and compete. And here come the Hilltoppers. Nice job there by the toppers. I will give everyone watching a little disclaimer. I am a little bit off to the side, so I'm not seeing exactly what the cameras or the judges are seeing. That did look a little bit off there. It looked like one toss, maybe the right side might have been a little bit higher, which made it come down a little bit after the left side. So that would be a deduction there. Judges are really looking for that synchronization here in the toss. Also the full extension of the top and the bases before the top is caught again in that cradle. You also want to see nice high catches. Should be about shoulder height. Land right on the base's chest. And here comes Fairmont State. Beautiful by the Falcons. You could see them open up completely before being caught in the cradle. It's really what you want to see. You want to see them basically stand back up again before they're caught at the end of that. Nice and high, give them enough time to kick out and do that. Now we're going to go into the compulsory tumbling. We have number 0, Kayla Gandy. Number 1, Savannah Turner-Davis. Number 2, Callie Moses. Number 4, Elle Godby. Number 5, Audrey Prater. Number 8, Jillian Hartz. Number 9, Marin Donnelly. And number 15, Avery Ray. Really nice performance there by the toppers. And excuse me, it's number 10, Avery Ray. That was a really nice way to kick off the compulsory event for the toppers there. Or kick off the meet with the compulsory event. In the compulsory tumbling, you're going to see the athletes perform a standing tuck, a straddle tuck, back handspring, back tuck, and a round-off back handspring layout. These are considered the basic tumbling skills of acrobatics and tumbling. You want to see their feet completely stuck together throughout this entire thing. Any hops or steps after the landing, the judges, that's what they're going to pick at, and that's what they're going to take those deductions from. Also, the synchronization. It's very hard to synchronize 8 athletes, 8 individuals doing all of these tumbling components, but somehow they work hard and they get to what they look like today. And here comes Fairmont State. outstanding tumbling piece for the Falcons was one of the best I've seen in quite a while. Not many steps or hops there. And that was number 1, Chloe Smith, number 2, Taylor Openlander, number 5, Katie Cole, number 9, Giovanna Pointer, number 12, Olivia Daniels, number 21, Riley Vincent, number 29, Elizabeth Marr, and number 35, Jacqueline Kelly. We are going to hop right into our second event here. We will get these compulsory scores first, but I'll go ahead and talk to you about the acro event. We have a 5-element acro, a 6-element acro, and a 7-element acro. 6-element acro is actually a synchronized piece. This is a recent change in the past few years. There can be up to 4 athletes performing skills on the mat, and then they can have an additional out there as their counter. When this is broken down into these elements, you'll actually see you can try to point out the different elements that you're seeing in 5, 6, and 7. And as they state, they are doing that many elements in the heat. And elements can count as climbing up onto the shoulders, getting an athlete up onto your shoulders, flipping them off of your shoulders, performing a handstand, and then performing a pull through. So there's a lot. All right, and it looks like we have our scores for the compulsory event. In the acro heat, West Liberty 9.25, Fairmont State 9.3. In the pyramid heat, West Liberty 9.7, Fairmont State 9.65. In the toss, West Liberty 9.4 and Fairmont State 9.85. And in tumbling, West Liberty 7.35 and Fairmont State 8.0. So your totals as of right now after compulsory, we have West Liberty with a 35.7 and Fairmont State with a 36.8. So just a 1.1 difference here heading into the second event, acro. We'll see West Liberty come out here first. And we have number 15, Bella Paternoster, number 20, Paige Lawrence, and number 30, Abby Slenderman. Way for the toppers to start off this acro event in the 5-element acro. Westlake started that heat at a 10.0, so now we're getting into the optional part of the meet where teams are just doing as much as they can to build up that difficulty to get to the 10.0 start value. Your start value is where the score begins, and that's where they just start taking away deductions from. So the higher your start value, the highest is obviously 10. The higher that is, the better your score should be. Both of these teams do their absolute best to get up to that 10.0 start value. Fairmont's going to come out here next for the 5-element acro with number 1, Chloe Smith, number 10, Azaria McWhorter-Martin, number 11, Natalie Moore, and number 28, Alexa Wilson, and they are starting at a 10.0. Nicely done there by Fairmont's 5-element acro group. When talking to Coach Danielle, she did point out that her junior class is one of the ages. She had nothing but good things to say about them, and number 1, Chloe Smith, and number 10 is Zaria. They are both juniors. They do shine throughout this entire meet. You'll see them in a lot of events. See a few steps there, a few bubbles. Those steps in the bubbles will add into some of their deductions, but nothing too major. And like I said, they are starting at that 10.0, so they're starting the highest that they possibly can be. We are going to go into the 6-element synchronized acro. We'll start with West Liberty with number 2, Callie Moses, number 4, El Godby, number 22, Gabby Golden, number 35, Liz Poling. And then on the other side, we will have number 5, Audrey Plater, number 8, Jillian Hartz, number 10, Avery Ray, number 12, Katie Ambrosky, and the counter will be at number 31, Macy Whipkey. West Liberty is starting at a 9.8 with their 6-element synchronized acro. A nice 6-element acro for the toppers there. Look like a few just minor deductions, and I am extremely nitpicky. Fair warning. Those layouts did look like they were a little bit arched, so they might get some incorrect form deductions on those layouts. And then into the inversions right at the end, even though the skill might end in the air, that might be their 6th element, those dismounts still have to be synchronized. So that come down, they will see a little bit of a deduction there since it was a little off. Both of these teams are looking really nice. They look like they're having a good time on the sidelines here. All right, and we're going to go into Fairmont State, 6-element acro, with number 2, Taylor Openlander, number 30, Reagan Mullen, number 9, Giovanna Poiner, number 34, Kaylee Rehal, number 21, Riley Vincent, number 31, Cassidy Price, number 32, Alexis Wilkinson, number 12, Olivia Daniels, and great synchronization there from the Falcons. might be one of my favorite acro events competing right now. Out of all the ones that I've seen, that is my favorite combination of skills. My favorite part about it is the front tucks. It's a very rare skill. You don't typically see the front tucks off the shoulders. You do see a lot of back tucks or back folds. It is a pretty rare find, especially when you find a team that does it as well as Fairmont has been the past 2 meets, and I'm sure in all their practices. The counter there for that 6-element acro was number 37, Jesse Wolf. And we're going to jump right into the 7-element acro with Wesley University's number 0, Kayla Gandy, number 3, Abby Horvath, number 7, Chloe Palmer, number 30, Abby Swinderman, and number 55, Peyton Fry. Now, I will let everyone know this event is athletes are only given 45 seconds to get these completed. That's 5, 6, and 7. So when you get into the 7 element, it's a little bit more stressful to stay under that 45 second. That was a great 7-element for the Hilltoppers. I had the privilege last week to watch their meet against Notre Dame and West Virginia State. It was their first time bringing this acro out and competing. The base there, Abby Horvath did step quite a few times last week. She had a little trouble staying steady underneath, but it was really nice to see her come out and kill it today. You can tell they've been practicing really hard on this acro. Now we're going to hop over to Fairmont State. We're going to see number 5, Katie Cole, number 22, Briley Knotts, 26, Madeline Gagliotti, number 29, Elizabeth Marr. This is a group combined of 2 seniors and 2 juniors, so a lot of experience coming onto the mat here. And this is out of a 10.0. Fairmont did a great job of turning around that little tiny bobble they had in the beginning there. Beautiful handstand by Katie Cole into a straddle press down. That's a very difficult skill to do there. All the pressure's on you. Not only that, but you're just physically demanding, and she did a great job performing that there. We are going to go into the final event of the half, the pyramid event. This is where you're going to see something similar to acro, but you're going to see it on top of 2 different people with a top on the top, rather than just the 2. You will have a base, you'll have a mid, and you'll have a top. The top's going to be performing most of the skills here. The first heat is an inversion heat, so you will have to see the top upside down in some form. Then we'll go into this synchronized pyramid. where you'll see two pyramids come out and do the same thing, and into the open pyramid where it's up to the team what they want to compete in that one. This is all optional, so we will see a little variation here between pyramids and teams, just like we did with the acro event. West Liberty is going to come out, and they're starting at a 10.0 for their inversion. And I totally forgot about the scores, so I'm going to give you those first before we see the pyramids here. All right. In Heat 1, West Liberty has a 9.05, Fairmont State 9.45. In Heat 2, West Lib with an 8.1, and Fairmont State with a 9.0. In Heat 3, 9.4 for West Liberty and 9.15 for Fairmont State. The total for the acro, 26.55 for West Liberty, 27.6 for Fairmont State. So the running total, West Liberty with a 62.25 and Fairmont State with a 64.4. And now we're going to head into our inversion pyramid with West Liberty starting at a 10.0. Big thing in acrobatics and tumbling, like I mentioned earlier, is that it's always growing and it's always developing, always changing. When I was an athlete, when Coach Danielle and Coach Kelsey were all athletes, handstands were pretty much always just performed at the shoulder level. You would keep your hands on your shoulders and do a handstand that way. Now they have progressed and they are extended handstands, which is so impressive, especially most of these teams don't have back spots helping. It's just one athlete holding another athlete completely extended, essentially doing a handstand underneath and on top. And now we will see Fairmont State come out with their inversion pyramid starting at a 9.9. Such a good pyramid there by the Falcons. That top is Zara Kristoff, number 7. She is in that realm of juniors who are Fairmont State. She did a press hand, but 2 people, those babies were in 5 hands underneath. Mid stood on top, and then she has to perform that press handstand all by by herself. She got up there, she held it for that 3 second, and then did her full twisting dismount. The dismount, you could see there was a little bobble there, but other than that, it was a great pyramid. Great way for the Falcons to start off this event. We are going to head into Heat 2, the synchronized pyramid. Miss Liberty starts at a 10.0 here. This is where you're going to see something insanely impressive and something that I was never able to do, the back bend base. The bases are going to perform a back bend while the mid stands on top of their thighs in the back bend. Nice synchronization there from the toppers. There are different requirements, different things that you can do to make your start value go up higher. As you can see, they have different mounts and dismounts to all of these pyramids. That was a 270 mount. Sometimes you'll see different teams do 360 mounts, just half mounts. Basically, the more you spin to get up there and then you're able to hold it, the harder the skill is going to be. Now, there are different requirements for these pyramid events, so you're not going to see the teams come out here and do anything exactly the same. Exactly the same on the same team. You might see the teams do something similar. Fairmont State's coming out with a 10.0. Unfortunate for the Falcons there, a little fall off the back for that right side. They will get some points for going up in the air. They'll just miss that hold and the dismount. They'll also get a deduction for the synchronization, missing out on that. Left side looked great. They did a great pyramid. As I was saying, you will see some similarities between the two teams and the skills that they're performing. West Liberty for that event did the back bend pyramid into a straddle and they flipped to cradle, when Fairmont State is doing the straddle back bend pyramid twist 360 to the floor, both out of a 10.0. Just a few little differences here between the teams. We're going to head into the third and final heat of this half, the open pyramid. This is where you're going to see teams be a little bit more creative with the pyramids that they're going to put on the mat. Fairmont will go first. They're starting at a 10.0. Between these two teams. Very close here. And I have a feeling it's going to be very close heading into halftime. I think it's going to be very close throughout this entire meet. Once we get into team, that's when we'll see. It's typically how these meets run. And here come the Hilltoppers. for the toppers to finish off this first half. There was a press from shoulders to extension, one person, 1-to-1, and then a twist to cradle. Held for the 3 seconds at the top before falling into that cradle. I don't think Coach Kelsey could have asked for anything better. Now we have one last event here before going into the halftime. We'll come back. We'll go straight into the 3 T's, toss, tumbling, and team. And we're going to get really exciting. And here is probably my favorite pyramid that is being competed right now. Now, Azaria, the top, they might be made for each other in the acro world. They work so well together as partners. They were in their acro heat together. Then they went right into this pyramid. It was a fantastic pyramid for the Falcons there. I don't think Coach Danielle could have asked for anything better, especially coming off of that unfortunate sink fall. You really want to see your team go back out there and do their absolute best on the next event, and they just did exactly that. And we are going to step away here while halftime rolls through. You might see some tumbling and some acros going on the mat. Don't worry, you're not missing anything. They do have to warm up for the second half. We will be back in about 15 minutes. I'll give you your scores for the pyramid event, the running total, and then we'll get right back into everything with the toss event. So we're going to go right into the toss event where you'll see 4 athletes come out. It's 1 back spot, 1 front spot, and 2 bases, and toss the top into the air to perform a skill. The first toss is going to be the salto toss, then into our sink toss, and heat 3 will be our open toss. The first team is going to be West Liberty with a start value of 9.4 in their salto toss. Good way to start out this toss event for the toppers. As you can see, they did take a few steps there. Those bases stepped, and you don't want to see any steps from the base. The only kind of movement that you can have at the base feet is a little hop, a little jump in the air to get them off the ground. After that, you want to see no other movement. So those steps to the side will give them a little deduction. Also, the judges are looking for a little bit more height than what Kayla Gandy gave us there. It does come from the bases and the top, just riding it all the way to the top. We're going to see Fairmont come out here in the toss event with a 9.4 start value. They're going to be competing the same toss that we just saw from West Liberty, so we'll get a nice little comparison here of the 2 teams. toss there from Chloe Smith. She's been a standout athlete for the Falcons over the past 3 years. I had the pleasure of competing alongside her sister Lexi Smith, who just happens to be a volunteer coach over there on the sidelines for the Falcons. So that's super fun, seeing the sisters be together. As you can see, Chloe got very high there in her toss, fully extended that full, and then a nice catch by the bases. Now we're going into the synchronized toss. Up first is going to be West Liberty with a start value of 9.4. Good synchronization there for the toppers. Same height, same timing of the fools. Just again, those little steps there at the bottom from those bases. Are going to see some deductions from that. Now, Fairmont's going to be doing something they haven't done in quite a long time. Got a little insight from Coach Danielle. She's very excited about what they're putting on the mat for this synchronized heat. We're going to see Fairmont come out with a 9.9 start value, which means they are going to be doing back doubles. It's going to be a laid out toss, and the tops are going to spin not one, but 2 times before they're caught. And you can tell this team is excited. Exciting for the Falcons to have 2 doubles out there. Performed really well, just a little bit low catches, but it's their first time competing it, and I'm sure that it's going to just improve throughout the season. Top start value scores. I'm sure they're excited to have their first one under their belt, and now they know what to improve on. It is very exciting. Toss is one of the harder events to get that maximum 10 start value. It's not like the acro and pyramid. Now we're going into the final heat of the toss event, the open toss. West Liberty's going to come out first with a 9.25 start value. They're going to be performing a front double twist. Front layout with a double twist. And I knew that was wrong the minute I said it. It is a front layout with a full twist. And not bad one. Since it is declared as a front layout, you're going to want to see the top really extend all the way to the top. Looks like that top Avery just piked over a little bit, so you might see some deduction there, but a really nice tight spin from her and a good catch from her bases. Fairmont is going to come out with a 9.9 again, performing one of their doubles by itself for the open toss. For this event, number 2, Taylor Openlander. She has been a standout for Fairmont since she's been here. She is a great top for this team. She's excelled in the toss event. And here they come with the last heat of the toss event. Done there by number 2, Taylor, and her bases. They get her so high in the air, so high enough to perform the back layout with the twisting 2 times. That's a lot of height before you have to catch her. Going to head into the tumbling event. I'll go ahead and explain that a little bit to you before we jump into the scores for toss. So our tumbling is consistent of 6 heats. We have a duo, trio, and quad. Then we'll go into our individual tumbling passes with aerial, 6-element, and open. This is one of the most exciting events, I'd say second to team event. You really get to see these athletes perform and debut and just do amazing in these tumbling heats. It's really impressive when you think about they're only on 2 inches of mat down there, and then on top of a basketball court. So no springs. This is all leg power. This is all muscle, getting them up in the air, technique, and I'm just excited to see what both of these teams put out here on the mat for tumbling. And it does look like we have our scores for the toss event. For Heat 1, West Liberty 8.75, Fairmont State 9.2, Heat 2, Sync 8.5 for West Liberty, 9.25 for Fairmont State. Heat 3, 7.85 for West Liberty, 9.55 for Fairmont State. And the total for the toss event, 25.1 for West Liberty and 28.0 for Fairmont State. That brings the running total to 115.85 for West Liberty and 118.4 for Fairmont State. We knew kind of going into this that Fairmont had a big advantage there in the toss event over West Liberty. They had much higher start values going into that event, and they're starting to pull away here. I can't speak too soon because anything could happen in the tumbling event and team event, as we all know watching acro meets. But Fairmont did a great job there in the toss event. Here comes West Liberty's duo pass. As a round off round-off whip full. That started at a 9.1 for the toppers. And we had number 2, Callie Moses, and number 10, Bella Paternoster. Callie is a freshman, Bella is a sophomore, so 2 young athletes there going out for a big spotlighted pass in that duo. Now we're going to jump over to Fairmont State duo pass. This duo is out of a 9.5. And it is going to be performed by Katie Cole, number 5, and 21, Riley Vincent, a senior and a junior. These ladies have been tumbling together for quite some time now. They're very exciting to watch. State. Nice job there by Katie and Riley. Looks like Riley had just a little bit too much power there, stepped off the back of the mat, and Katie had a funny little step out of her 1.5, step out into the round-off, which slowed her down a little bit, threw their timing off. But a very impressive pass, and both of them made it through. Going to go into the trio for West Liberty. It's going to start at an 8.5. And we're going to have number 4, Elle Godby, number 21, Kate Lowry, and number 30, Abby Swinderman.
We now move on to the trio pass. Up first, when they start value at 8.5, West Liberty. Number 4, Elle Godby.
Nice and clean round-off fulls there for West Liberty. You'll see a few teams I've seen this year do the round-off fulls instead of round-off back handspring fulls. It does help eliminate that back handspring deduction that you might get with timing, or even with legs that come over, bent legs, separated legs. So you get a little bit less deduction there, and it's not any different in start value. Fairmont State's trio is going to start at an 8.5 also. Their trio consists of number 8, Kaylin Joseph, number 11, Natalie Moore, and number 16, Carly Snyder, a freshman, senior, and sophomore. Fairmont, the round-off fools. Like I said, they are becoming a little bit more popular this year, especially when they can be performed that well. Go into the quad tumbling pass for West Liberty. We have number 0, Kayla Gandy, number 5, Audrey Prater, number 8, Jillian Hartz, and number 10, Avery Ray. 3 juniors and a sophomore. West Liberty starts at a 9.1 for this quad pass. Really nice tumbling there by the toppers. Timing was great. There was that unfortunate fall at the end there for number 10, Avery Ray. So what you get with these blind landing 1.5s, they're much harder to land than a full. They're harder to control. You're allowed 1 step out of these skills, but sometimes 1 step isn't enough for these athletes to slow themselves down. They put a lot of power behind this, behind these passes. The step can only be 1 step, but it has to be a controlled step. So you really want to see them land and then take the step, not use the step as they're landing. Fairmont's going to come out with a 9.1 start value as well. They're also performing 1.5s. We'll have number 1, Chloe Smith, number 2, Taylor Openlander, number 17, Asia Schaefer, and number 35, Jacqueline Kelly. One of the best 1.5 passes I have seen from a quad. Really nice steps there by the Falcons. Nice timing. Nice control. Beautiful form through the round-off back handspring and the 1.5. I don't think Coach Danielle could ask for anything better there. Going to head into the individual tumbling passes. We'll have 3 heats here for the individual passes. First pass is going to be the aerial pass, where you'll see the athlete perform at least 2 skills without using their hands. Up first, we're going to have West Liberty number 0, Kayla Gandy, and her start value is going to be a 9.75. Solid pass there by number 0, Kayla Gandy. A lot that goes into these tumbling passes, especially the ones that are individual. You really want to get up there in start value with these to be competitive. Not only are athletes competing throughout the season and obviously combining all these scores to get their team scores, but they are also possibly qualifying for the MEC championships. The higher the score, the better possibility you have making it for these individual events. It's one of my favorite parts about watching the MEC championships. And coming up for Fairmont State, we have number 9, Giovanna Pointer, a sophomore, and she starts at a 9.7. That is not normal for Gia. She is a beautiful tumbler, as you could see there in the beginning. The front handspring, front layout, step out. Looks like she just opened up a little bit too early there in her 1.5, which led to the side bobble. Still a beautiful pass. Into the 6-element tumbling pass with West Liberty's number 8, Jillian Hartz. She starts at a 9.75. Good pass there by number 8, Jillian Hartz of the Hilltoppers. She improves every week that she's been competing that, at least from last week when I did get to watch them on MEC TV. Fairmont's 6-element tumbler, number 21, Riley Vincent. She is a junior, and her start value will be a 9.75. She is actually doing the same pass that we just saw from West Liberty's Jillian Hartz. So we'll get a nice direct comparison here between the two of them. Fantastic job there by Riley. even from last meet, you can see the improvements she has made. You really want to see that continuous movement, even if there is a 1.5 into another round off. You never want to see them slow down. She did a great job out of that 1.5 into the round off whip tuck. You also want to see a height difference between the whip and the back tuck, which clearly, at least I could clearly see it from my angle. Hopefully the judges could too. Going to go into the last heat of the tumbling event. This is the open tumbling pass. West Liberty's going to be bringing out number 5, Audrey Prater. She's a sophomore with a start value of 9.4. Nicely done there by number 5, Audrey Prater. She did step off the mat, which is a few tenths off. Nothing to be worried about. That was a really nice pass. We're going to end the tumbling event with Fairmont's number 5, Katie Cole. She's been a standout since the minute she's been here at Fairmont. She's a beautiful tumbler, beautiful top. Her tumbling passes out of a 10.0. What a great way to close the tumbling event. You could see her continuously move throughout that entire pass. Right after we get the tumbling scores, we're going to go into our last event of the meet, the team event. This is a 2-minute and 45-minute routine set to music, where you will see the acro, tosses, pyramids, and tumbling that we just saw all throughout the previous events. It's going to be combined into one big routine. This is such a fun event to compete, to watch. I'm not sure it's that fun to judge. I can't imagine having to judge this event compared to all the others. But I do know that they do a great job. There's a big breakdown that the judges get of the entire event, of the entire team event, so they know what they're looking for. They know what they're supposed to be doing, what teams are supposed to be doing, what they're supposed to be watching. put in right now. West Liberty does start 2 points behind Fairmont in their start value for team 0.01 and Fairmont with a 104.39. Fairmont actually starts this meet total. Their total start value is a 290.04 compared to West Liberty's 285.46. All right, and we have the scores for the tumbling event. In Heat 1, the duo pass, West Liberty 8.25, Fairmont State 8.4, in trio 7.85 for West Liberty, 8.15 for Fairmont State. In quad, we have a 5.7 for West Liberty and an 8.55 for Fairmont. In the aerial pass, we have a 9.325 for West Liberty and 8.375 for Fairmont. 8.15 for Fairmont, 9.15 for West Liberty, 9.375 for Fairmont, and in the open, 8.75 for West Liberty, and a 9.775 for Fairmont State. And now I'm just going to listen. Get a nice big cheer. That's an impressive score for a tumbling pass. The running total, or the total for the tumbling event, a 49.15 for West Liberty and a 52.625 for Fairmont State, bringing the running total to a 165.0 and Fairmont State a 171.025. And now we turn our attention to the team event, and West Liberty will be up first. And I will be right back with you guys in 2 minutes and 5 seconds. Enjoy this team event. a bad team event for the West Liberty Hilltoppers. Some uncharacteristic falls in tumbling for the toppers, but the synchronization and the cleanliness of the team event, minus those falls, it looked overall it looked really good. Synchronization is definitely something that the judges are looking for throughout that entire team event. So I think that West Liberty's done a great job there. Just a few minor things that they'll be looking to clean up. The judges are actually judging 3 panels. So there are 3 different judges, so that's all 3 panels. The first 3, the first judge, the middle 3, the middle judge, and the other side is the other judge. Anything that comes from that corner is going to be watched by that judge the entire time. Any pyramid or acro that takes place in a certain panel, that judge is actually in charge of judging that mat. There are a few exceptions when it comes to if something similar is coming from the same corner. They will go ahead and split that up between the judges. They get to look at this during the warm-up. The teams actually perform or walk through. They mark their team event. It's the first thing they're required to do when they're in their warm-ups. This is where the judges get to watch their team event so they know exactly what they're going to be judging. Teams have to perform exactly what they submit. They risk deduction if they miss a pass or they miss an acro, a pyramid. They have to do exactly what is written. It's called an SV file, a start value file. And the judges have to turn those in 24 hours before the meet starts. There are some exceptions. If we run into any unfortunate injuries or anything like that, knock on wood, we don't have to do any of those injury protocols throughout this year. Fairmont looks very healthy, a very healthy sideline, which is important. I'm excited to watch this team event again. It was so much fun to see last meet. Something to kind of look out for anytime you're watching team event is the little tiny things that athletes do just to pump each other up. You'll have athletes that might need someone to yell in their face before they do a tumbling pass, give them a little pat on the back before they do an acro. It's so nice to see how much these athletes are pumping each other up even while they're competing and focusing on their own skills. One of the nice things about acro and something that I always loved was how supportive teams are of each other. So not only will Fairmont have their own teammates on the sidelines and on the mat, they'll have West Liberty cheering them on as well. It's something different, something you don't typically see in a sport. You don't see another team cheering the other on, but it's always been that way for acro. All right, and it looks like we're going to get into Fairmont's team event with a 0.39 start value. And again, I'm going to step away for 2 minutes and 45 seconds, so enjoy it. What a nice performance there by the Falcons. Great way to end this meet for the Fairmont State Falcons. We did see, they got off, it was a little rocky of a start with the pyramids. Looked like there was some mishaps on the right-hand side there, but after that they were able to pick it up and they did a great job. Tumbling is something that I'm always impressed with Fairmont. The tumbling in this team event did not disappoint, standing and running tumbling. They also, exciting enough, they competed their double full, 3 back double fulls in team event. They debuted the sync double fulls, but they also had a third sneaky one in there today in their team event, which is so exciting, and again, something Coach Danielle was very excited to debut today. And not only did she debut them, did the team debut them, they were beautiful. Overall, it was a really great meet for both of these teams. A few uncharacteristic mistakes from both sides. We saw a few bubbles and falls. Most of the time, these teams are pretty on point with everything that they do. This is only Fairmont's second meet of the season, so I'm sure they're just still getting out those jitters. Next meet is on Friday, March 1st. It's actually at West Virginia State University, or West Virginia State College. So they will be traveling up there on Friday. This also was the mental health awareness meet. And Maggie Gigliotti, number 26, she's actually president of that organization here on Fairmont State's campus, which I think is a great thing to incorporate. They call it the hidden opponent, something very important, something that needs to be talked about more in athletics, and it's so great to see Fairmont bringing attention to that. Next home meet Fairmont has is going to be Wednesday, March 6th. It's actually going to be versus the Hawaii Pacific Sharks. We will be traveling here from Hawaii, so that'll be a fun one to come out and watch. We are just waiting on the team event scores and the final scores of the meet. Fans. So nice to see this many people come out and support these athletes. I know they love it. student section as well. I see a lot of Fairmont State students here cheering on their peers. You can't see them probably on the monitor, but we have the softball team that stopped in after their game. They got back from their game and they stopped to watch the rest of the acro meet, about half the meet. So nice to see all these athletes supporting each other. Looks like we're getting these team event scores typed in as we speak. All right, and the final scores are in. Just have to wait for the okay from the official to give the announcement. All right. And with the team event, West Liberty 86.26 and Fairmont State 91.69, which brings our meet total, West Liberty 251.26 and Fairmont State 262.715. Fairmont comes out on top of this one, making their overall meet record 2-0. Very exciting here for Fairmont State. Not only coming out on top, getting another win, they actually competed brand new skills today, which I know that Danielle was very excited about, Coach Danielle. It was a pleasure watching them today debut those new skills, and they're only going to get better as the year goes on. All right, and as I mentioned, next meet for Fairmont State is going to be on MEC TV. It will be at West Virginia State. And the next home meet where I will be is March 6th. It's a Wednesday at 6 p.m. versus Hawaii Pacific. So I'm excited to see you all there. I'm excited to see Fairmont continue to climb and continue to wrap up these wins under their belt. I hope you have a great rest of your Sunday and have a